Hi everybody, my name is Amanda Garcia and I am the Director of the Digital Design Program here at Tulane School of Professional Advancement. Today I'd like to tell you a little bit about our 3 tracks within our program, as well as 2 new pieces of technology we're using this semester in our courses. So within our digital design program, we have 3 tracks. We have our graphic design track, our interactive design track, and our game art and animation track. So if you're interested in our graphic design track, you may be looking at careers where you could be creating logos, branding, print collateral, advertising, packaging. It's a great field. You can go and work for a brand in-house, or you could work for an agency, or you could work for yourself. So there's many workforce opportunities within graphic design. Also, next is our interactive design track. So within this track, you could be looking at fields with UX or UI. So that stands for user experience or user interface design. So this could be creating apps, websites, interactive motion elements. Once again, a very burgeoning field, many different opportunities to enter the workforce in many different types of companies. And third, we have our game art and animation track. So this track is super fun. It involves things such as character development, concept art, modeling using ZBrush and Maya. Very, very fun track. We actually here in New Orleans have quite a few gaming houses in town and partner with them for faculty and internship placement, etc. And that brings up another really great point I'd like to touch on. We have cutting edge technology, but we also have amazing faculty. All of our faculty are professionals in their respective fields. So someone who might be an interactive designer by day could be teaching you within their expertise at night. And so not only do we have, once again, amazing programs, faculty, and technology, we also have very accessible coursework. We have new online courses on our new cell format, as well as in-person classes during the day and at night for different schedules. So I encourage you, if you're interested, to take a look. This is our website down here. It's just digitaldesign.tulane.edu. And I'd love for you to take a look at it. My contact information is there on the site as well, so I can answer any questions that you may have if you're interested in taking classes. We have bachelor's degrees as well as professional certificates, and we'd love to talk to you more. So I'm about to hand this over to Professor Rebecca Carr and Professor Samantha Barnes, who are going to showcase 2 pieces of technology that we've recently introduced into our courses this last year. One, in our Typography Studio 2, our advanced typography class, we introduced a piece of software that allows students to actually create fonts, create typefaces that can be used in other pieces of technology. It's pretty cool. And then also Professor Samantha Barnes, who's introducing AR, augmented reality, into interactive courses to create Instagram filters and other AR elements. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope to hear from you all soon.
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca Carr. I'm a professor of practice at Tulane in the digital design program, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about using FontCell for custom type design. One of the classes that I teach is Typography 2, and in that class, the final assignment, the students create a display typeface. So there is a whole lot to this process, and FontCell is really just the ending stage, but I want to show you guys some of the class, some of the student work, and kind of how they used FontCell at the end. This is a student, Katie Stern, and she designed this combination of black letter and 70s droopy typeface, and she has it in uppercase and lowercase, and here it is used. Now again, there's a whole lot to this process. It includes sketching, it includes research, it includes lots and lots of modifications to every letter. But in the end, there's a really satisfying way for them to use the typeface, which is with FontCell. This is Marla Bernstein. She created a typeface that was supposed to look like hand lettering called Whatever. And here's one by Megan Calvin. Hers kind of has like a sci-fi futuristic look to it. And here it is in use. And this is student Kathy Hume, who decided to design the first self-contained glitter system. And here it is in letters. And then this is student Lauren Debat, who did one based on a designer in graphic design history, and she really leaned into the ribbon and flowing feels to each letter, kind of a combination of ribbons and stencils. So what each of these students were able to do once they finally got it done and they were ready to type with it and use it in different ways was an extension to Adobe Illustrator called FontCell. and it is advertised as the easiest way to make your own fonts. I think that's probably true. There are much more robust systems that people who just solely for a living design typefaces. But this is great for designers who just want to create like a display typeface for their own use, or even to share just rather simply. It's also very affordable. For students and even professionals. It's a really easy to use system. So I'm going to take you into Illustrator and show you how to use it. So this is Marla's typeface, whatever. So you can see when I select it over here in the character styles, you can see that it says whatever, and it's at a certain point size. I can write with it. I can whatever. I can change the type size if I want. I can do anything that you could do with a regular typeface. It's an open type font. So how did she get here? So on this page, I'm going to show you. So this is a typeface that I just very simply modified. It's an existing one called Fink. And so you just go from Window to Extensions and go to Font Maker. This is, of course, once you've purchased it and downloaded it. And it's going to open this window here, which is really all you're going to need to use this. You don't need a different application or anything. So you set your typeface once you get all your letters built, which again is a huge process. You set them all up in a long row, and you can select them. And then within the font style window, you can say if they're, in this case, these are all uppercase, if they were all lowercase here. And you can also do, or numbers, you can do batch, which is just kind of like random, like things that you've added, or if you've just worked on like 3 letters, you can, upload those. But in this case, because it's something that someone else created, I'm just going to click uppercase, and I'm also clicked on the design over there. And so it imports it. And here it is. It's really nice. If you have it in order, it's going to go from A to Z. Now, it's not reading the letter form specifically. It's just going in that alphabetical order. And then if you want to make changes from there, you just double click on the letter and you can adjust the spacing. And this is the part that really is very tedious, takes a lot of time. You have to study the relationship between each letter. How does the A look? And you can use this up here to test again and again, to test how the A looks next to the G and next to the D. Sorry, the N. So just, test it again and again. You can see here I don't have an exclamation point, and so it's just going to add that in even though I typed it. But that's basically how you do it. And you can move from one letter to the other, and then, any adjustments you make will affect how it spaces next to another letter. And then once you're done, that was a really speedy version of it, but once you're done, you just hit save and you name it, and then you just click OK, and it's going to save as an open font. And that's done. So that is, in a nutshell, how to use font self. Thanks.
Today we're going to talk about Spark AR from Facebook, a popular software recently published by Facebook for Instagram and Facebook filters that involve 3D modeling and interaction. You guys probably have seen them demoing everything from Pokemon types to super fancy makeup and eyelashes to what type of king cake you are. So let's dive right in. We're going to look at the graduation cap filter that recently have updated to. As you see, Facebook's Spark AR isn't always an in progress and updating piece of software. So in this situation, we're going to have to adjust the lovely SOPA logo to be in a better environment, because right now it's currently in the middle of his face. So we've got our face tracker right here, Got our focal distance. As you can see, this is the focal distance, which is what lines your face up with the entire thing. You've got your camera, your device. Real quickly, work on this. I also have a 2D mode. Always helpful to have a 2D mode, I think. You can also turn it off, make it visible, not visible. Grab this bad boy, put it right here. So what we're going to focus on is changing the graduation hat. So this is actually, you can download many different assets online. There are a lot of places that have 3D models for you to use. Of course, we've got our animation sequences, your blocks, your standard pieces. You can also open it to change the coordinate system, some materials. So I have the occlusion matte, which is what's supposed to make it look, diffused within the shader properties. And then we've got like our standard matte. So, I don't know, as you can see the flashing. Let's see, let's make this bad boy Tulane green. Aha! I can do that. You can also import textures into the environment. You can also make things like face paint, blended, shader assets, standard or flat. We're going to continue with physical based because this is a 3D object. Looks like I got rid of my color, oddly enough. Clover? No. Aha! There we go. We'll stick with moss. It's a good color. Oh, I didn't click save. Well, that would make sense. Okay, there we go. So now we've got our teal green. Now as you notice, the face tracker is right here. You can also kind of pivot it a bit. Grab the graduation section and you can tilt, move it around on his head as needed. You can also do position and scale here on the right. It's actually pretty. You can also choose what camera you want to enable it for. So if you want to enable it for back camera so people can put it on other people, preview or capture. Also front camera, of course, because it is a filter. Oh, let's see here. Oh, you can also change your nifty iOS and Android sizes if you want to see how it will appear on a Samsung S9 versus an iPhone 10. You can also do iPad Pro. It lets me. There we are. Big nice guy. Let's go back to a 10. A bit more real estate. You can also switch the front to back camera. Rotate to horizontal. There you go. The light source is right here at the top. It's a nifty feature. So let's see. Material matte is pretty okay. But I'm wondering, maybe we can create a new material. Oh, look. So now we can actually make the tassel a different color. So that's pretty cool. So enable for, make sure I don't miss anything. So double click that. I'll open this up. So now we can give this bad boy, I don't know, a nice pink tassel. Maybe we go with purple. Black tassels. Those are always pretty common. Click OK. You can also import files, different texture files. As we see here, this guy's moving a little slow. Might have something to do with lag on my end, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm not sure you can drag and drop. Yeah, I didn't think so. You can come in here and choose file. So we'll go to desktop. We'll grab a PNG. And of course this is a tassel, so it's going to look a little strange. So maybe we go ahead and remove that. There's also other patterns. Let's see here. Well, we just say remove, so that'll work. So we'll come over here to the hat. Let's say, I don't know, we'll give the hat. Right now it's using an animation sequence, but maybe we use Tulane's knockout. We'll look at that. That looks fun. Do roughness. Can do metallic. Let's see. Let's just make this a little bit bigger so you kind of see what's happening here. So we've got our black graduation hat with metallic Tulane logo on it. Can up the occlusion a bit so you can see a little better. It's a little shinier. Let's see what else here. Let's say, oh, maybe it's not metallic, but maybe it's like a little rough, or maybe like make it a little shiny. I love when he looks surprised. Let's try adding another one. So we'll say new texture. It's going to allow us to open up a new file, and we'll grab the, well, unfortunately we can't grab the shield because the only supported types are PNGs and JPEGs. So, but you can also click. Some filters, when done, allow you to click. Other advanced rendering textures. You can also do the vertex color. You can also change the color, shade it. Maybe Tulane's feeling kind of pink. Match his shirt. It's a good color. Yeah, I don't know about the yellow either, bud. And there you go. Pretty much any sort of pattern would apply. But anytime there's an animation sequence, I think that's really going to benefit. Go back to that mossy green. Now this is applying it to the actual sequence itself. You can just turn off the vertex color. Oh, we gotta remember to click OK down here. And then stick with what we've got. So we can also remove this texture as needed. And there you go. Let's see here, resize level window so we can get our, real estate back. And that's pretty much how it works.